How difficult then you do you think it is for people to strip all of that away and see themselves in that light, meaning that maybe they have to view themselves as not being worthy of the type of relationships that they want or the outcome that they want. How difficult do you think that revelation is?
It is like, so when I got hit with that, it all goes really back to when I was like 15. I'm looking in that mirror. The first thing I did when I got those answers, I asked myself, okay, Lawrence, why are we hurting the people that we love? Why are we treating people so poorly? What has led me to here? Like, what's led me to feeling this way? And it goes back to, oh, it's because your dad was beating on you and you felt like he ain't love you. It's because you got kicked out when you was 13. It's because you didn't have friends until you was 11. And that's the answer. First thing I did was I cried. Oh, I cried a lot on that floor because you get the truth raw, unfiltered, no sweetener, nothing. It's like drinking black coffee. It's painful. And the first thing you want to do is you want to add that coping mechanism back. But you can't because now you really see how, like, you can't even cope out of ignorance anymore because you know that you're trying to cope. Like it hurts more to go back once you know than it does to stay there. It's like if you it's kind of like imagine if somebody was like a heroin addict and they're like all bony and they're like riddled down and stuff. If you showed them a before picture of themselves like 20 years ago, before, healthy, they got their hair, their wife is still in their life, they got their kids, you show them that picture, they're gonna lose their mind and bust down crying because now they know. Like now they know and they can't just keep running. But it's so hard to put it down. It's like you start going into this sort of withdrawal. And I'm going to use heroin as an example for it because I've never been addicted to it, but I've met people who have and they've gotten like, they've recovered. And I asked them, what was the hardest part of like quitting? And they said the withdrawal because it just keeps calling your name back. It's like your body is shaking, you're cold, you're throwing up, there's snot, you can't sleep because your leg is like tapping all day, you got diarrhea. It's like your body just is tearing you up from the inside out. And when you strip away the coping mechanisms that you're using to numb your pain, it's going to be like that, where some people, and this obviously depends on what you're doing to cope, some people they need to just straight go cold turkey on it. Some people, they need to like, they might have like multiple things they're doing, and they need to like take one away and deal with that pain in parts. Like you deal with the pain in parts rather than just like 100% taking everything away. But regardless, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt really bad when you got to block some people's numbers. And you got to, and not just block the number, I mean, you got to block it, delete it out the contact list, remove it from the call log, because you know part of you, late at night, you're going to try to call that number, but you got to have no way to go back. You might have to block your dealers. Like I've helped a lot of, teenagers and young adults who they struggle with addiction. And when we get honest with it and you hear their reason, it makes sense. Like I had one who it was a guy who had got like molested by his stepbrother and he told his family about it and they did nothing. Like nobody helped him because they were like, oh, that's just family business. Oh, y'all were just like young and they start gaslighting him into thinking that didn't really happen. So naturally, he wanted to like numb that pain. And it started out with vaping and then it started escalating up. And it moved into things like Xanax and stuff. And I was like, hey man, you know, the path you're on, do you want to stay on this path? He's like, no, I don't want to stay on it. So what do we need to do? We need to put it down. He's like, I know I need to put it down, but every time I try, it hurts so bad. And the hardest part is you can't judge nobody like that. Because if you spend so much time just numbing the pain, you don't know how to live without it anymore. But you have to figure out how to live without it. That might mean you got to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. That might mean you got to go to Narcotics Anonymous. That might mean therapy. It might mean meditation, journaling, breath work. You might have to go and get like a full body detox at like a rehab center. But regardless of what it is that you're going through, regardless of how it is that you're coping, maybe you're just coping with doom scrolling and watching Netflix. That might be your coping mechanism. But that boredom gonna hurt. Maybe you're coping by having sex with a bunch of people. That laying in your bed at night by yourself, that's gonna hurt. Maybe you coping by addiction, like you're doing drugs. That withdrawal gonna hurt. Maybe you're, just gambling, not going to the slot machine gonna hurt. Everybody coping somehow, but you got to be honest about what's yours and pick something that's actually beneficial for you.